Hello again, welcome back to Asgaard, and welcome back to FTB Interactions. So since last episode, I've basically just been piddling around the base a little bit. Haven't been on a whole lot, and this has been running. It did back up because I didn't get a chance to get back on here yesterday afternoon. So, but we are up to 50 stacks of 10, and it's got a lot of metals that it's chunking through at the moment. So by the time it's done, we'll have a bit of copper and a whole lot of iron, in addition to still more tin and zinc and stuff. So anyways, what I want to work on today is, if we pop over to this tab, I want to go ahead and get the Hellfire Kiln set up, because it's a fairly cheap upgrade and we won't need to run bellows on this, which that's not a big deal, but also we won't produce any flux from this. And it's a little bit faster and can do some added recipes. So really all we're going to need to get this up and running is a machine controller, item input and output, and a machine vent. That's it. So let's go ahead, and we get some circuits from this, which is good. By the way, I went out looking for a diamond vein. I haven't found one yet because it turned night on me. But I did spot a Star of Bethlehem area right over there. So anyways, let's go ahead and get, we're going to be working on a couple things because we're getting ready to start pushing into logistics pipes before too long. Oh yeah, I've got, let's see, that and that. Went ahead and I've got lots of material, so I'm just running a lot of stuff at the moment. So let's go ahead and get ourselves two. We're going to need 2 crafts of machine casings. And then 2 crafts of that. Okay. And I've got space in here. Let me throw that in there. I need to upgrade that chest here soon. I did run a little bit of gold, so we have a bit of gold here. And then we need the machine vent. Firebox casing. Actually, I think I've got... I don't remember if I have a firebox casing or what it is that I've got. No, I've got a bronze pipe casing. I'll tell you what, we can probably go ahead and just break this down, I think. And the firebox casing, I am going to need 2 more. So let me go ahead and get another craft of this. And there's another batch of machine casings. Okay, so there's the firebox casings. I do get 2 of those. And then I've just got to get the tin rotor. So there's that. And there's our machine vent. Okay, so that's done. And then we need the machine controller. And I'm going to need some more advanced alloy and 2 gold plates. And then I need 4 devil dust to make the blueprint. And actually I can go ahead and put the vent on top there. Okay, there's the mixed metal ingots, and we have to run these through the compressor. Okay, I still haven't made a compressor. We'll end up making one. I just haven't yet. Which is fine because the steam one is still, it works for us. So, okay, I'll just toss that in there. Get that running. And then we have to make our machine blueprint. There it is. And quest complete. What do we get from that quest? 4 integrated logic circuits, an active active supplier module, and a provider module. That's for logistics pipes. We'll get into using those before too long. Let's go ahead. Let's get our machine controller. So there's that. And then we have to get our item inputs and outputs. And what does it take to upgrade these? Modularium. No, it's not really worth it. I can just extract the items. I was just curious. Alright, so I'm going to need 2 of those. So there we go. And then we'll just convert one of those over. Alright. I think that's got us covered. Let's go ahead and upgrade this now. So... no. Okay. There's that. Drop that into there, and then the left side is the in, right side is the out. So so we'll just go ahead, break that off, and break this side off. There we go. It has now detected the structure, and it's just missing input item. Awesome. And now we can make steel and stuff through that, and in addition, we can make other things. I know our wrought iron we can make through this. Actually, a lot of things we can make through this. Yeah, we can make this through here, 20 ticks, so 1 second, and it's going to make that wrought iron for us, and a bunch of other recipes. But that way we don't have to worry about creating any flux in these chunks when we make steel. At least until we get the blast furnace set up, which we're going to be pushing for that before too terribly long. Alright, so now that that's in place, the next thing I want to do, I want to make a centrifuge. Another one of these. So the 4 circuits that we got from that, we're going to go ahead and use them, make ourselves a centrifuge. I think I've got everything except for this. So easy enough. Been trying to make a lot of machine parts and things, stay on top of that. Alright, so there's another basic centrifuge, and we're going to set this up. This one's actually going to be set up for automation, and I'm thinking that I want it over here. So what I may do, what's it take to make more mechanical pipes? The advanced mechanical pipes, basic mechanical pipes, which are pipe seals. Oh, that's cheap. And then basic logistical wow, that's cheap. Okay, yeah, we're gonna make this actually. Let's go ahead and make a couple batches of these, I think. So for our pipe seal, there's that. Okay, so we just need plastic, we need vacuum tubes. I don't have any vacuum tubes, okay. I just need paper. Well, that's easy enough. Let's pop over here and get ourselves some sugar cane from the super field. Alright, let's go ahead and get some paper. There's 64. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do all this. Might as well. Okay, so there's 10 of those. And then we can get... let's get these steel gears. Okay, so there's 3 crafts of those. And then we got the wonky wobblers. Then we can get our basic mechanical pipes. There's that. And then I believe we were given some alloy already, I think. If I have to make it, we probably can pull it off. Yeah, I got 3 enriched alloy. What does it take to make that, though? Graphite, soldering alloy, and destabilized redstone. We could do that, so if we need to make more, that's not a problem. But let's go ahead and get that. Okay. And what did we get for quest rewards? Because it looks like we got something. Wonky wobblers, we got a configurator. And laying pipe, we got enriched alloy. Okay, great. That will come in handy. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to set up the, well, we got the configurator. Can I, yeah, I can still do that. So shift right click to adjust it. And we're just going to bring this line out. This is actually the height that I needed at, so I don't mind bringing it up right there. Bring it up over to here. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to make another turbine real quick. Okay, there's our basic steam turbine. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put our basic steam turbine in right there. And then let's go ahead and just run some blue steel cable over. And we are going to set up our centrifuge. Yeah, let's set our centrifuge up here. So it's got power. And then, let me cut this down. And instead, we'll put that here. We'll put our item line here. We'll say that you can insert, and extract's going to be on the brown channel. It's going to be always active. And the brown line, wait a second, you're extracting on brown. Why are you extracting on brown? You shouldn't be extracting on brown. I want you to insert on brown. Okay. So that's got the plastic. And then if we set this to insert, it's going to start getting sticky resin. It's going to start processing this down for us just automatically. And we're going to get three things from this. We're getting raw rubber pulp, and we're also getting, toggle this to fluids, we're getting glue. And there's a small chance that whenever it runs this, right, I was thinking this was, we got the plant balls. Yeah, the 10% chance to get plant balls from this. But we're getting our glue, which is great. That's what I really, really want from this. And this rubber pulp we are going to be using. We might. Sulfur and water, we can get sulfuric acid through the chemical reactor. Yes, we might. We might. What does the rubbery chicken give us exactly? Rubber enriched eggs. We can use to make dry rubber. And we can use to make rubber like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. The other way to make rubber is with sulfur and raw rubber pulp. Yeah, I guess the rubber chicken's not that crazy important to us, but we are going to get it for sure. Now we got 700 glue right now. Okay, great. So let me go ahead and get 2 additional barrels for this room. Okay, so there's 2 barrels, and we'll go ahead and deal with the items coming from this. And I'm going to set the barrels up. Let's see, we'll put the barrels in here. And so one of these is going to contain plant balls, which we'll get to using before too long. One's going to contain raw rubber pulp. And we completed a task. We didn't complete a quest. Okay. Let's go ahead and just run. Well, I can't go behind it. So let's just run up the side here. And we'll just say that you can extract always active. Yeah. And then you can insert. Okay, and then we also have the fluids that are building up. So what we're going to do is, let's see, do we want to make a tank? I think we just want to make a tank. Portable tank, maybe? Alright, there's that. So we can store 20,000 millibuckets for now, and we can easily upgrade this and enchant it and all that fancy stuff. Let's go ahead, and we're going to put the setting... Well, I won't put any... No, let's put it here. Let's just put it down here. And then, bear in mind all this stuff will probably get organized a bit differently. But right now, this is just our LV, just initial setup before we start into logic pipes, really. So, this will be fine for us. What did I do with, there they are, fluid conduits. Let's just grab these. I'm not going to use a really good kind because I'm going to use a cheap kind. Glue is cheap to make because we have infinite sticky resin. So let's go ahead. You can extract. There we go. It's going to start dumping it down into our portable tank. So what I want to do is let's go ahead and get ourselves an assembler at this point, or assembling machine. And we're going to have to make robot arms and conveyor modules to be able to do this. And I am going to need a couple circuit boards as well. And I'm going to need more steel plates. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and throw a stack of charcoal into this macerator. It'll just feed into this chest. I've been using these macerators for like just general stuff that I might need. I'm going to go ahead and make up some more steel. And if we make it through the Hellfire Kiln, it's 1-to-1 for that. So that's quite nice. It's actually a little bit less output though than using the just the straight up Thaumcraft one. So, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. We're not going to get flux, so that alone's worth it. Okay, so all I'm missing right now is the robot arms and conveyor modules. We're going to have to get rubber sheets to be able to make this. Alright, and to get our rubber sheets, we're going to have to use fluid solidifier. Haha, okay. One second. Let me, there's our charcoal dust. Let me go ahead and get this going. And let's see, the robot arms. So there's our two. There's our one robot arm. And I'm out of steel at the moment. Okay, so let's go use our Hellfire Forge multi-block now. So these go into the input. We will add some chests so they can extract items and stuff like that. Yeah, that's going to start running and making our steel over here. But there is our other robot arm. Okay. And I think the conveyor module is the last thing that we need for this. Yes. So as soon as we make one of them, we will get all these rewards. Okay, so we're going to need fluid solidifier and we're going to need the chemical reactor. Now the chemical reactors I've got. That's not a problem. The fluid solidifier shouldn't be too difficult for us at this point. And then I've got more wire going because we're going to need a few circuits here. So alright, let's go ahead. There's 2 of those. There's our basic fluid solidifier. Okay, now what I want to do, how much power does this actually use? I can't remember. I don't think it's much. 5 EU per tick. Yeah, it's ULV. So yeah, let's go ahead and set up the chemical reactor here. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we're going to have the... let's put the fluid solidifier here, I think. And then I'm just going to run this out for now from here, like that. Alright, so this stuff has power, or it's getting power. And I may have to set up another turbine, but that's fine if I do. It's not a big deal, because I can continue running that steam out and set my turbines up here. So that's fine. We're kind of making a little liquid workshop over on this side for our basic LV kind of stuff. Alright, so to make our rubber, it was make our liquid rubber sulfur and raw rubber pulp. Or sulfur and resin. Either of those is fine. Resin's also very easy to make. I think we went with resin last time for our rubber, I want to say. Maybe not, but I'm thinking we did. And it's only 8 EU per tick to make that, yeah. Okay, so to get sulfur. I can't remember, but isn't this like the nether to get that? We can get it from processing cinnabar or lesser amounts from silver or lead. Once we get to the nether, sulfur is abundant as ores and can be refined from blaze powder. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to need cinnabar or silver or lead. I think we do have cinnabar aplenty. Okay, so to get this down into sulfur produced by processing purified cinnabar ore with pulverization, the centrifuge. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to have to run this then. Run a bit of this. And I'm going to go ahead and add cinnabar to our processing list. Now, once we centrifuge that and we get the cinnabar dust, I think until we get into... we can electrolyze it. And we get mercury and sulfur. Takes a long time. Yeah. We might get into that a little bit. But for right now, what I want to do is... let's go ahead and just swap this out. I want to start running that cinnabar. I want it to focus on that for right now. Because we need to get through that stuff. And I'll just for right now, I'm just going to let the cinnabar dust build up, I think. And I know we're going to need a lot of rubber by the time it's all said and done. So let's go ahead and just run a few. Let's run all of it. Let's go ahead and run all of it. There's really no reason not to, I don't think, at this point. And we're going to benefit from having lots of sulfur available to us. Alright, we've got a few pieces of sulfur here. Let's go ahead, combine that, get our sulfur. And we got a quest complete, Rubber Band Man. And for that we get a... we get a fluid solidifier. That's okay, we'll use it later. And then plate mold. That's fine. I don't mind having extras. It's not a big deal. Alright. And let me go ahead, let me get another tank. Because we're definitely going to want a lot of this rubber kind of stockpiling and building up. let's see, what are we going to be using our fluid? I mean, we've got the extra fluid solidifier, so really if I had that one set up for rubber all the time, yeah, let's do it for rubber all the time. So we're just going to bring this over like that. Oh, it's actually running out of power. I'm going to have to make more turbines. It's fine. It can run. It just doesn't have a lot of power available to run. So we'll go ahead and extract that. Pump it into here. We won't quite get, because I had to fill up a little bit of this lower section. But we do have a bit of that. And go ahead and start making plates. Yeah. We're going to run out of power. Okay, let me make another turbine. So there's another steam turbine. I've also got to make another one for that side as well, but I'll get that here soon. Go ahead, set that guy up right there, and I've got to run the steam over. Okay, so we've got 17 rubber sheets now. That's good. And we should probably, and we got a quest complete. Rubber sheets, we get rubber rings, rubber bars, and some XP levels. Go ahead and just take those. Okay. And I've got a bunch more sulfur now. Let's go ahead. Let's make more rubber. Might as well. And we'll start sending some of it down to this portable tank. Fill this up, you know, so that we've got it. Okay, so now, if we go back over to our assembler, the conveyor module, we can pull these off now. So quest complete, and another quest complete. We got all of these things now. I'll take those in a minute. And then we also got the 4 more conveyor modules. Alright. And there is our basic assembling machine. Yeah. Okay. And we got a quest finished over here, and we get a program circuit and 8 soldering alloy ingots. Okay, this has been running for a little bit. Our Cinnabar's finished processing. Actually ended up taking a nap. And you can see we've got a lot of sulfur. We got more than that. We got 64 rubber sheets in here, bunch of rubber backed up. This is backed up. I've actually stopped inserting into this because there's other things that we're going to want that rubber for. Also over in here, we've got some more sulfur available to us. And our Cinnabar has now finished running, so it's back to running iron at the moment, as you can see. So what I want to do, let me get one more assembling machine, because I'm actually going to want 2 of these guys. So there's that. And then I also want to get a fluid extractor. So there's that. And let's see, our assembling machine, I'm going to go ahead and set up one of them over here, and I'm thinking have it sitting there and have the fluid extractor sitting there for the time being. Well, I don't know if I want to set a pump up to this just to move it. Yeah, we probably should. Okay, let me get a pump. So there's that. I love this chest. I did make it larger. I went ahead and pushed for a gold chest. Let's go ahead, place it on there, and let's see, I think it's screwdriver. Yeah. We're going to set this to export on list. Okay, so for example, if I was to take whoops, I don't need 2 stacks of 10. Let me just have like 16 10. And if I was to put this through the fluid extractor, it's going to take that 10 and it's going to break it down. And the molten tin goes over here. Perfect. Okay. Now what I want to do, we'll get to using that one here in just a little bit, because we don't have everything just yet that we need for our circuits, but we can get the resistors, the fine copper wire, and we can get the phenolic circuit board. I want to go ahead and set up this other assembling machine for the phenolic circuit boards, and just it's going to take rubber all the time. I tell you what, I'm going to set up the basic assembling machine here, and because we still have this whole wall that we can use, so I think we'll be good. And then let me go ahead and run some blue steel cable down and just plug it right into there. Okay, there we go, and this is now building up glue. And do we need, I guess it doesn't matter. Glue's free. If we end up not needing that, that's fine. Let's see, to make the phenolic circuit boards, and is there a better way to make resistors in the assembler? Yes, a whole lot better. Let me actually go ahead and do some of that. There's some coal dust. Let me just go ahead and run, say, half of this. And if we put this into the assembling machine, that's going to start working. It's not going to consume tin, but we can leave the tin in there. And this will just kind of be multi-purpose crafting. And then we can dump our resistors back in. And kind of use this assembler for a lot of our setup stuff. And then, to get the phenolic circuit boards, I think we have to use sawdust or wood pulp, yeah, with glue, and a plate mold, which is not consumed in the process. If I pull this out, pull that out, yeah, that's not going to do anything. Great. Let me just do that, because I've got a lot of rubber sheets. I won't need any for a little while. And we'll just dump that into there. And then to get our sawdust, I think we can just mechanism mineral crystals. What does it take to get a mineral chicken? Mixer with some mineral resin, smart chicken, mana powder, infinity dust. We can do that in LV. Yeah, we might push for that here shortly. For our sawdust, just to make it a bit easier. And then we can pulverize wood planks to get sawdust. There's also the cutting saw. If we start processing our wood through that, we can get some sawdust byproduct. We will have to start making a lubricant for that, but that's not too bad. And also lathing wood, we can get it. For right now, though, I've got a lot of... actually, I've got wood pulp built up. Yeah. Okay, that'll work. Just throw it in there, get that running. I was just trying to see a really good consistent way, but I think we'll go with the chickens for like a really good consistent way to create those phenolic circuit boards. Even though I think later it's not going to matter because we won't be using, I don't think we'll be using phenolic for too long, because I think, yeah, we'll push on to this one. Once we're well into MV, we'll push on to this one. Okay, so there's that. We've pretty much got all of this at this point. Let me pull out that coal dust, and let me just throw a stack of our fine copper wire into there, and our phenolic circuit boards, and we got a quest complete. And we'll just throw that into there. What do we get for that quest? Phenolic circuit board, we get 16 phenolic circuit boards. Now the last thing we need, this is what's going to take a little bit more effort. I know we're going to have to get the cutting saw to get these integrated circuits. The integrated circuit wafer, we're going to have to get the precision laser engraver. And then to get our wafers, we are going to have to, well, cutting saw, and then we need the blast furnace at this point. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and get the cutting saw and the laser engraver. So for this, we're going to need a diamond. I've got to go find diamond. Actually, I think I've got some diamonds lying around. I do have to go out and find a diamond node, though. I've looked a few times. I have not yet found one. Might be time to push on to the hippogriff. Go ahead and knock that out so that we can fly around and try to find one. That might be something we have to do. I think, yeah, glass I've got. Brass gear. Let's see, we do have one diamond. Now, small piles of diamond dust, though. Diamond dust. We can, okay, we can actually make this from a single diamond. So this isn't too bad then. So if we just take this and we macerate it down, we'll get some diamond. No, I need small piles though. It is, let's see. It's like a certain kind of placement or something. Oh, that's not working, unfortunately. Now I did notice if we had taken and made it into rods, that I guess I could go ahead and just make an autoclave. Turn this back into, yeah, we might do it this method instead. So if we just make an autoclave and we set up said autoclave, and really I need to set it up over on this side just so I can plug it into the water line. So autoclave goes in there, and then we'll have the cutting saw right above it, and that'll work out. Alright, so that goes in there, and we're going to start running that. That's going to turn our diamond into an actual diamond. And we can do the same with a lot of things like redstone and cinnabar. It's really about time we set one up, even though I don't know that we'll really be using the LV one too much, because you don't need a lot of gems at this stage, truth be told. Okay, there's our diamond back. So that, there we go. And there's that. And oh, come on. There's some of those. That. There's our cutting saw. Okay. And I'm going to set this up right there. Okay, the server restart has come and gone. And the next thing, and probably the last thing for this episode, because I know it's pretty close to wrapping up point, but we need to get our basic steam turbines. We're going to get 4 of these. We're getting ready to push into some very basic MV, of course. So 4 basic steam turbines, and the next thing that we're going to have to push into is this, the EBF, and we're going to have to get graphite and start making Invar. Invar is pretty easy. I should probably go ahead and get some running while I'm out. I'm going to need 2 major alloys for making the EBF. The first is Invar, and the second is copper nickel. And copper nickel is well, it's copper nickel. Yeah, I don't have to look that up. But for the Invar, we're going to need some iron. No, not one, and some nickel. This should be done. I was running out some more steel. We'll get that going, making us some Invar, and it's 2 iron, 1 nickel, of course. And I think copper nickel is 1-to-1. Yeah, it's 1-to-1. Makes 2. So the ratio is 1-to-1. That's what I mean. So yeah, we've got the steam turbines. The overall, I don't think the EBF is going to be too difficult for us, to say the least. So we'll have to push into some very basic MV. Then we can make our easy circuits, and then we can start. MV is kind of the point that I like to kind of start spreading out. I think because LV is such a simple push. MV, we kind of start getting into all the magics and start doing a bunch of exploration and start doing like a big ore system and a fast ore system. Because we start needing a lot more metals, and we're going to start into logic pipes as soon as we get these circuits. I really just want easier circuits. I don't like making the ones that we're currently making, though I will say we can make some of these things easier. Of course, the red alloy cable, we could make, yeah, rubber right there. We can make them like that, but honestly, carpet and string is easy enough. It's not a big deal. Vacuum tubes, of course, now we can make these easier with the assemblers. Not needing the glass part. The coated circuit boards, we can make these a little bit easier with the sticky resin and the wood planks through here. Makes 8, which is nice. And resistors, of course, we can make a lot easier. So we can make all these things easier, but I'd rather just go ahead and push on for these, because we can make these a whole lot easier. They just take a little bit of MV basically to get up to. But anyways, we're going to end out this episode here, and we will push on next episode and get our EBF set up. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. Stay updated with when new videos come out, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.